an image of what's going on in our environment, one thing connects to the whole thing. And we are all a part of everything that is living. And this story is about Jonathan and me, and what we are really attempting to do by telling a story about...
And this means stop. They mean, when I do this, it means you stop.
Okay.
So
good, because you can also stop me there as well.
Okay. But okay, when I do this, that means stop.
Okay.
When I keep doing this, I mean stop and go back. Okay, we just lost it again. Okay, just I'll tell you one where I want you to start. No.
Or you want me to stop?
See, we don't need the microphone for this because it's picking up you anyway.
Huh? No, we're just checking it out. Because I like the mic, it gives it a kind of a professional look, which is the image we want to give it this time. Is a professional look. You want to stay there?
You keep walking.
Okay.
Keep talking.
So it went.
Keep talking now. Just keep talking.
Let's see the light on.
David, I'm recording you. Just start talking.
This is Jonathan's place, where we are right now, and today is CARMANAHgeddon. And
that means stop, but continue talking.
Stop, but continue talking.
When I do this, that means that you said today's CARMANAHgeddon. I want you to stop still and say what CARMANAHgeddon was. That's what it means. Okay, keep going. Okay, start with today is. No, start again.
Totally.
Yeah. And when I go on, I guess that means I'm just going into the garden. Let's go over here.
Do I keep talking? Can I keep talking here? I'm going to lose my train of thought.
Right now, but no, why don't you keep doing it over and over again?
Okay.
We'll go this way a bit. Stop. Stay there. Okay, for this here, don't move. Okay. David Shebib. Fuck. Sorry. Garden.
This is Jonathan Ledrew's garden. This is where we are today, June the 8th, 1995. This is a story about where we are, what we're doing, and how we're putting a picture out of what's really happening. We are independent media that is behind the scenes, in the scene, filming what is going on. It's a story that we are telling about what we are trying to do, and the way that we're getting this message out is through this film. So you'll get to know us within the actions which you are about to see, and we will do our best to tell you why we're doing what we're doing and show you what is going on in the world that we live in today, how people are living, but our perspective will be from the protesters' point of view. Why are they protesting, and what solutions do they have to what I see is a problem? And there are different characters in action, and their life is what you are witnessing on this camera and what they are striving to do. The people that I am associated with, I know are doing a good work. They're really wanting to heal what they see is the problem in today's world. How do we do it? What is the root of the problem is what we need to take the broad axe to, as John Currie says. And John Currie is an elder here. He's 66 years old. He's got experience around the world, and he still has a lot of energy for seeing his experience do some value and not just continue the insanity which he is very, very well up on. In fact, probably we all are to some degree. We know the insanity of the present day world we are living in. We know the headlines. We've seen the news. And surely this puts us into a state of shock to see that we are being threatened as a species. Extinction is a possibility for mankind.
Does he know anything of my own?
Dominion. Now we have dominion and we have the results. The results are man's dominion over the earth without God has resulted in a catastrophic situation where no one seems to know what to do to get us through into a future for our children's children's children. So our attempt here, Jonathan's and my attempt, is to tell this story. And today is CARMANAHgeddon, and it's the middle of an action which we started filming with this camera, which we were given on May the 1st. And CARMANAHgeddon is the third action which we have filmed and which we're showing on this film. And today I hear that they're going to block a street, and apparently greenhouse gases are causing a problem in our atmosphere, and they're striving to get a message out. Now, how you get that message out is their choice. How you relate to the world, how you communicate. Like how can you do it? How can we do it? And so today, apparently they're going to bring attention to the fact that karma being cause and effect, and Armageddon being the war which was prophesied as the end of all wars, has come together in CARMANAHgeddon, and karma is more personal. So, but now we have collective karma, which is striking the planet. Our collective actions have resulted in the world as we know it today. So every person, I believe, is striving to get beyond this, to somehow find a way through it. But who can we believe in? We can't trust the police. We can't trust the politicians. We can't trust the laws. There's very little that we can trust. And I'm not skeptical. I am my eyes are open and I can see what's going on, and I will try, if somebody knows a better way or can see another way through this, then I would like to know about it. But right now, this is the best way we know of telling the story of what's going on and our attempts to save it. This is Jonathan's place, other art, Salvage Planet Earth. These things were going on before I met him. When we got together for a good reason. And this is where he lives, and today we are about to go to this action. And if it's an interesting action, if the message there is true and these protesters have something to say, we would like to get it on film. And the way we're telling this story is to try and introduce the characters and show why they are doing what they are doing. And along the way, I would like to be given a commentary on it, like when the May the 1st occupation was in the square, a collective was in the square, and the fellow that was speaking said, "We have a lawyer on call." I immediately thought of lawyers, and what my understanding is of lawyers is that there's none in heaven. And we're not, my goal being one of heaven on earth. There are no lawyers in it, and I don't believe in what they're doing within the law. And I don't see the law as protecting us, our rights. So them telling me as a member of the audience that they have a lawyer on call says, okay, they are in cahoots with the lawyers. They are thinking that the law has some validity and credibility and that they can get resolved within the law providing they have a lawyer. So I say, okay, there's a basic problem there, and I don't believe I'm the right one to explain that, but I would go then to John Currie and ask him to talk about the law, and so that this then would be an introduction to John Currie, and he's also a character in the script of this movie, and it is our walk to try and heal the earth and not exclude anyone.
No one. Exclude no one.
Exclude no one.
Someone asked me the other day who's in charge. I said, we all are.
We all. That's right. So we all are, and so that's what we are all working. We are all here together, and that's what we want to live like. As if we're all here together, and then the resources belong to everybody. That they're not just belonging to one self-interest group, and we have to see no equity in the earth. When we're born, we have no equity. We have to make our way, and we have to, grow up and get a job and go through a traditional walk, which we were taught was the way to do it. And when you grow up and you find out that it wasn't the way to do it, now what do? We've already been programmed. We've already lost the ability to look after ourselves, and we have to get this ability back. We need teachers. We need people to get together with true teachings, and we need land which we can settle on. But if we connect that land to ownership and the banks, then we're in another problem. So we have a situation where people have no place. They are put in a different place, and the struggle is for freedom still. We are working at how to be free, and to be responsibly free is to now recognize that we are connected. Every wave reaches the shore at some point, and we go back and come back again. Like life is a continuum, and every day is every day. So one day I would like to see us get it right, because I believe that is the goal, is that we do it one day right, and then every day from that point on is right. We all want to be doing the right things. What are the right things to do? What can I do? So I am working at getting together with the people who are in this action, and what we are striving to do is heaven on earth. We feel the goal is for everyone the same, that when we work on a common purpose, then we will connect in that common purpose, and it's not to deceive anyone, not to program anyone, not to manipulate anyone, but to give that person that same freedom that we all would like, to make our own decisions, and to realize other people are there truly wishing to help us be who we are, and give us encouragement in the good things that we are doing, and expose us if we're doing something wrong in a nice way. Say, face to face, that we're going to settle this right now, and it'll be over with. We won't carry grudges. Forgiveness is true, but don't keep doing what you're doing. So in this way, we correct one another, and for a long time we have been doing this. I met John maybe 12 years ago. Jonathan 2 months. Yet that time difference has disappeared, and it's like we've all known each other
all of our lives.
All of our lives, that's right. Like
we're family.
This is life, right? This is our life, and what we are doing. So Jonathan, to me, what he's represented is that what we're doing is very dangerous. It's very dangerous. We are trying to tell what's going on, truthfully. And as Simon said, you know, I'm not looking to be a martyr. I want to get, I believe, though, I have a belief in hope that we can do something else, that all is not lost. In fact, it's just beginning. Now we are waking up. We are, as a planet, waking up. It's a mass consciousness. And I hear it from the people that I meet. The system is a dinosaur. It's way behind where the people are. And so I see then a solution being an alternative media, One Earth communications, telling the story as it's happening. And so the people that get this film will know that we are here and this is what we are doing. And we are central characters in it. And we are portraying ourselves as we are. Where we are, this is a garden here that Jonathan's place, and I think he's pretty pleased with it. I think he really likes this garden, and says we have to get back to the garden. We've got to get back to the garden. And this is the garden at Jonathan's place, but it's not all there is. This is Chimo, and Chimo is just a wonderful pet. Really good. Likes to come in the truck with us. Every time we go there, she's at the truck, and she looks after things. And she's 8 years old, and I think she's really happy with her life. But it would be nice if we got to a kind of a country scene and we could get out of the cities, and you know, but it's a job. It's a job doing everything.
Someone's got to do it, David.
Well, yeah, and it's not a bad job. It's a good job. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. Unless you have any questions.
Any famous last words, David Shebib? Come on, David.
Well,
come on. What are you doing, David Shebib? Like,
as a friend of mine says,
do you know what you're doing?
I'm not saving 6 for pallbearers. I'm gonna get there on my own, and there's no death in me, and we live in truth. So the
what's truth? Well, the
truth hasn't happened yet. This is another interesting concept that I had to try and analyze, because I was told this.
What were you told?
Just when you say what is truth, and the answer what I was given was that the truth hasn't happened yet, and this is what we are asking now for.
What are you asking for?
That truth to set us free, to what is going on, who is me, and what am I doing here, right? To know the truth of that. What's my purpose? What's my goal? What's my, as a life form on this planet, like what am I here for? What's it seems to me to be a consciousness awakening, and so in me, like I have the marvelous experience of understanding a spiritual awakening, and the world I see is lost in a material awakening. They all want more in materials, and to me, it all belongs to me if we all share it. And so to have it all would just mean that we all would share it, that we would work together on it, and it would become a common purpose for for me to recognize that I was with everyone in this purpose, and that was our purpose and is our purpose. And yet I see that there are dividers amongst us. There are agitators. There are people who are hanging on to that extinction like it's the only thing that's going to get them through, is to do this one in. And I understand that to be a false path, yet and under a false God, not the God of life, not the Creator in truth. So waking up to that understanding and having a new life. What do I do in this new life with that old wineskin? And that's the dinosaur of the system. As I understand it, it's slated for extinction. No doubt, for sure it has to die, because it can't live the way it is living. But we don't have to be a part of that. That we can be part of a new life and a new world, and that is the promise. that is the prayer. Maybe it's not the promise, but it is a prayer. And well, I guess it was a promise too. So here it is. Now in this new life, what do we want to be doing? So I'd like to do something I believe in. And this, I believe in doing this. I believe in telling this story and introducing these characters. And you will understand that these are real people. And this is what we are here for. And you're getting an inside picture of a real life. And we're telling it with technology that's available today to just about anybody. And we could have One Earth communicating. We could have true understanding, so we could have it on public TV, but they choose not to show it. They choose not to give access to the people unless you go through this, whole path of becoming a star in the world. And we're not all stars, but we are lights. We're all lights. And our light at this time is pretty dim. It's almost extinguished. That's the hope, which sparks people, inspires people to press on and not to give up. And we're coming through. We're coming through as two people. So these actions, like this bank occupation, so we saw materialism, capitalism is killing the planet, and we understood that this was one of the problems. Do they have a solution? Well, maybe we have a solution, and they won't listen to us. In fact, it's hard to get a hearing. It's very, because we know we don't have the example to speak from. We only have a conceptualized, understanding that we have to establish this heaven on earth, that it is a job, and it's a good job, to be part of that miracle, which is the only thing that will save us, is that we transcend my power. I can't do. What can I do? I've already done. And now my life is now committed to being open to what am I supposed to do, and not to hear that message from the world, which I can't believe in, but to listen to that spiritual, divine love, which is now communicating to me and from other people, saying that we are here for a good reason. We're not here for that. We're not here to make everything extinct, to kill all the fish, to wipe out all the trees, to totally wipe out our potential for existence on this planet. Now we see that there are dangers in what our power. We have to curb that negative from being what we are forced into, because that's the negative. We're forced into it. The positive says that you make your own choices. You are free to do what you want. But where can you do what you want if you have to go through all their hoops to do it? To get land, you got to buy land. I don't know who gave them the right to sell it. I don't know where. The creator should be the owner of it. In truth, we didn't create it. How can we claim it? So, to me, that's false. The land, no one owns the land. We're all native to the earth, and divisions won't work. We have to get together on this one because it is the earth. That's at this moment in time the question: can we survive into the future? Can we give hope to our children? And what can they do? Where can they go? Wow, how could you possibly tell them what to do at this time? What would you do? Send them to school? We know that there's a danger there. We know that the tuition fees and the system puts them in debt when they come out, and then they got to go pay off that debt. Same old thing we're all facing is, the money controls, the land controls, the educational control, governmental control. We got all these controls, and we got all these committees working on it, but nobody seems to be able to get the job done because it isn't done yet. So when you say, what is truth? It is an experience in truth. It is your experience. You know the truth. You know what you're going through. I know what I'm going through. I know what I'm trying to do. Not always can I explain it because it's a whole me, but I can tell it in association. You can work with me, and we get to understand one another. So I know you're here for a good reason, and my friends are here for a good reason. Now we're getting together in this reason, and the reason is because it makes sense. We have John Currie is the minister of common sense, and when we come up to a question like I mentioned earlier, the law, we'll flash into John Currie and what he has to say about the law, and clear the air, like come back to basics, coming right to where we are, so that we can move ahead from here in a different way, and we won't be doing what we've always been doing, and it will be changed. The world will come alive again. We have something to do, and it isn't to cause any wars. It isn't to harm anybody. Therefore, we cannot, by our actions, do that. Somebody might misinterpret them. How can I be responsible for their misunderstanding? The only way I could be would be to do the best I can, not to have ego, pride, vanity as guides, but to have truly like a one earth communication guide, that we're communicating with the whole earth. Everybody's talking. Why are they talking? What are they talking about? What's going on? And we're here to tell that story. And today is about an hour from, less than an hour, is CARMANAHgeddon, and we're going to show you what's going on. Thank you very much.
Yeah, the ending, you blew it. David, you blew it. Thank you very much. Jesus Christ, you blew it. My Jesus, look, we get a life. Look, get that away from me. Get that away from me. Technology freaks me out. I don't trust it. I don't like it. Look, just ask Dick. Just ask Dick. Dick can tell you what happened to his outboard motor, right? It blew up and the goddamn propeller went right through his nose. You ever feel that? Right? Lord Jesus, look. You know what I heard? I heard the other day, Marge was talking to Dorothy, right? Yeah. And Marge told Dorothy, right, that Samuel took all his money out of the bank because he saw it coming down, right? And oh, Lord Jesus. I said, there's no goddamn way. There's no goddamn way it's coming down, is it? David, is it coming down?
Oh, I think it's down already. I think they've been down for a long time. They just didn't know what up was.
David, Vince, I'm telling David, hey, the banks are coming down, right? Get all your mattresses out and fill them full of money, right? Because they're coming down. Lord Jesus, what are we going to do? Lord, Harold, what are we going to do, Harold? No, Marge, everything's going to be okay now. We got a half quart of wood in the back now. Everything's going to be perfect. Look, I got a couple dried codfish. Look, we're good till at least Thursday. Oh, Harold, what are we going to do? Jesus, Harold. Grow a garden. I'm going to grow food. Food. Is it hard to grow food, Harold? How do you grow food?
We have you here. Are you a spectator or spectator?